Welcome to the RandomCoin Mining Show, where we mine a different GPU mineable coin every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Wednesday, March 13th, and we are going to get after it. What's up, savages? Sorry I didn't make the stream last night. Had a house full of kids, but I'm back tonight, better than ever. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at the market. I started doing this at the beginning so that it wasn't all broken up like usual. Just a quick look at what's going on. I'm not really interacting with the chat just yet, but that doesn't mean I'm not kind of watching it. So anyway, this is the market. Everything's moving a little bit sideways, maybe a little bit down on Binance Coin, but you know, kind of boring. Pretty boring day. Let's check out COINPAPRIKA so we can do some 24-hour averages and things like that. Looks like Bitcoin Diamond, Sonia Neer's favorite, is up 28% today. That was a good pick. What else we got? Not a lot of mineable stuff. Komodo's in there, Electronium's in there, but wow, crypto.com, yeah, it has had a heck of a time too this past week or so. Let's see here. So let's check out the losers. ABBC coin again is down. Z coin's taking a little bit of a hit. It's almost back down to kind of where it started its little run. I think it's only up about $1 from there. Ravane, Engine Coin's pulling back quite a bit because they've had a heck of a run as well. Icon. Right on. So that's a quick look at the market. Not too much going on there. Also, let me show you what I am currently mining. I think I got all this squared away over here. I was doing a little bit of testing with some things, but let me see what we got going on. So I got it back on. I don't know what's going on with this rig down here. I just restarted it, so I don't know if, let me refresh here. I need to power cycle this one. I'll do that right now. But I am mining Aeon on the NVIDIA rig, and then on the two co-owned rigs, I'm mining XMR still, Monero. And that is pretty much it. On this one, I was mining Conceal. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the miner or what, but it basically doesn't ever show anything here, but the display does. So, and I know, and coins are going into my wallet, so I know it's working, but for whatever reason, it's just not displaying the correct information here. Haven't really had a chance to look at it, just kind of letting it go because it is working. If you like crypto mining video content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and interact with the appropriate button, whether it's like or dislike, and also share the channel with your and info with your friends to help spread the word and keep the channel going. It does help in a lot of ways that folks don't typically understand, but whenever you share it and like and dislike or whatever, any type of interaction actually helps quite a bit. So I do appreciate that. And if you're interested in random crypto thoughts and shitposts and wild Twitter fights and things like that, you should follow me over here on Twitter as well. So there's my little spiel for social media. In this show, we have a list of over 100 GPU mineable coins. Right now, I think we're at 153. We run that list through an online randomizer that chooses one for us, and whatever we land on, we try to mine successfully within 30 minutes so we can switch over to the BrandonCoin daily mining live stream that starts on his channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I guess I'm going to have to reiterate this yet again, guys. This show is about randomly selecting a GPU mineable coin and attempting to mine it as a challenge. I am not saying that you should mine these coins. I mean, I've got little notices all over the place. I've got in my starting stream, but I still get questions about coins that I've, you know, done a show on in the past. It's kind of ridiculous, guys. Come on. I'm not shilling these coins. This is like just an exercise, right? So it's just to keep our skills sharp and ready to mine whatever comes at us. I am not saying that you should mine anything that I go over, unless it's something that I'm truly interested in. If it's something I'm truly interested in, and like Ethereum Classic, for example, you know, I mean, that's a super common coin. A lot of people are supportive of it. So sure, you know, I'm going to say probably some good things about it. You know, there are, as time has gone on over these past few months of doing this every day, there have been a few times where I've said like, hey, this is pretty interesting, you know, and I'm going to say it again tonight because we got pretty lucky with what we landed on tonight. But anyway, it is random. It's literally in the name of the show. Some people still think that these are coin reviews. They're not reviews. It's a random pick. It's not a review. I do a little bit of research before the show, just a little bit. Most of the time, just so I know a little bit about what's going on, and if I'm interested in it, I'll go a little bit deeper, right? We kind of did a deep dive on Ethereum Classic, only because it's interesting, right? The whole history behind it and all that stuff. Plus, like I said earlier, it's a profitable coin most of the time. It's, you know, it's towards the top of what to mine in the mining calculator websites from, you know, pretty frequently. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But if the project piques my interest, like I said, I will go a little bit deeper into it. The point of this show is just to hang out and mine a random coin, and that's it. I'm not shilling these projects, shitty or otherwise, except for maybe Aeon, Conceal, Loki, and Ravencoin. Right? I will say good things about those. All right, so the last show that I had, which was Monday, because I was basically off last night because of the whole birthday party thing in a house full of kids. The last one was Triton, and actually we were really lucky to be, we had some of the devs in the chat, which was super cool. They were super nice and everything, and they answered some questions and things and kept me on track, right, whenever I was saying something about the project. I don't know, I did alert the guys from tonight's project, whether or not, you know, I let them know that what the coin was going to be tonight, so maybe they'll be in here. I don't know. I haven't checked the chat, so I'm not sure for sure. I'm not sure. So anyway, what I do though, I pre-record the randomization part, because with a list of 152 coins, it would be really hard to always land on one that we're going to be able to mine. So in order to prevent a situation where we're going 20 minutes into the show on a coin that we're not going to be able to mine for whatever reason, it's past its, the most common thing lately is the coin is past its proof of work stage, right, or phase in their roadmap. So in order to prevent that, I pre-record, or I record the randomization part, and then that way I can do a little bit of research and make sure that we're going to be able to mine it. That's the only reason I do the pre-recorded thing. I'm not sitting here going through, and if you watch the numbers, you can always kind of check that. I'm not I don't keep running it to see if we land on something cool. It just happens. And you can tell that from the list. I mean, good grief, some of the coins that we mine are ridiculous, right? You know, with 152 coins, that's going to happen. So anyway, let me check the chat real quick, and then I'll play the video, the pre-recorded video. What's up, Bitcoin Jake and Yashnik? What's going on, man? All right, so here is the pre-recorded video for what's going on tonight, what we're going to try to mine tonight. I was a little bit surprised with all the stuff I found out about this particular project. It's kind of neat. I'm actually interested in it. I slowed this down. I used to speed it up by like 200%, but I slowed it down. So we are going to be mining BitCash, which, whenever I first heard the name, I have seen a little bit of talk on forums and things like that about it. I was a little bit surprised at the name, right? Because it sounds a lot like other cryptocurrencies. But as I got more into it, you know, it kind of, I don't know, kind of wears on you a little bit, I guess. So that is the pre-recorded video. We're going to be mining BitCash. Now, whenever I was doing my pre-show research, I believe, or actually no, whenever I added this to the list originally, whenever that was, I have no idea when it was. For some reason, I wrote ProgPow and Cuckoo on here, as the algorithm, but that's not the case. It's actually x16r. I don't know why there was a mistake. Maybe they changed after they announced or something like that. I don't know. But it is x16r now. So let's go ahead and get started with the documentation and the data collection and all that stuff. So it's BitCash, BITC, and x16r. Now, when I was doing research on this, just a little bit of it, it is a little bit confusing, and I fear that for the project, because of the project's name, that it can be easily confused by people that aren't familiar with the space, right? It can be easily confused with other cryptocurrencies with similar names, not to be named, but and I did run into that as I was researching. There were several cases. If you just do, for example, just a Google search, you'll run into both, right? And if you're just searching for something and you don't know a lot about crypto, you're going to end up on the wrong thing, right? Much like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, you know, kind of the same situation. So you have to kind of keep that in mind as you're doing research. All right, so there are a couple of really cool things about this project. I'm going to get into it in a minute, but I'm going to go, actually, because, well, let's go and see if they're on. I think I already did a little bit of this research. I don't think that they're on hardly anything, and I'll tell you why. Let's just go straight to their BitCoinTalk thread. We're going to search for BITC. Okay, so right away you can see that there's no ICO, which was cool. The really cool thing is, look at whenever they started. Brand new, right? February 4th of 2019. Pretty new release here. I don't think that there was anything before that, although, whoa, what was that? I did run into a little bit confused over whenever I was searching for the logo. Why is it doing that? I'm only copying this right here. Let's see here. This is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It's like that field is wrong. Doesn't matter. It's February 4th. So whenever I was searching for the logo, you know, for the thumbnail and oh, it's just the formula, I guess. Hang on a second. I must have wiped out the formula at some point. Yeah, currency. So it's a... Oh, I'm doing value. That's why. Good grief. I'm trying to talk and do the... Okay, so that's right. All right, so there is no value because I'm going right to the BitCoinTalk thread. I'm in the wrong spot. My bad. Let me grab this real quick. See, I normally go in order, so that kind of threw me off. All right, so here we go. So that's right. I'll get their BitCoinTalk thread real quick. But as I was searching for the logo, there were a lot of them, and there were a lot of different projects that I don't know if maybe they've changed their logo over time or what. Hey, what's up, Nick? I don't know if they've changed the logo over time, a short amount of time. I don't know if there's a relaunch or what. I don't know a lot about the project. You know, it was a little bit confusing on the site. I think that there might have been projects in the past with the same name is what I mean. And maybe this one is brand new, and you know, it didn't appear to be like a relaunch of something before, but BitCash is kind of a common name, something that you would think of if you think of you know, cryptocurrency, I guess, in general, you know. So it's a good name. So, oh wow, they have a web wallet. I didn't see that before. So let's talk. They're not on, from what I remember, they're not on any kind of tracking website because they're too new. They're not on WHATTOMINE for sure. They're not on COINCALC. I can double check here real quick, but I'm pretty sure that they're not. Yeah, they're not. I remember now. I remember searching for them. So Okay, now, so there's none here and none there. Let's see. So let's just go to their website. I got it up here, I believe. Yeah. I mean, I could do the same thing off of their announcement thread. Their announcement thread is only 4 pages long, and I believe that they've got some really recent stuff. Yeah, the most recent was March 11th. And like I pointed out in the past, you know, you kind of want to see some of these higher level members of the BitCoinTalk community commenting on a project that's new. A lot of times that helps, and this person here, 1369, appears to be saying that it seems like it's a pretty good project and got some cool features. So let's talk about those features now. So it is just a cryptocurrency, or it's not just a cryptocurrency, but it is a cryptocurrency. And it says that it combines the power of blockchain with the features of banking to create the world's most usable cryptocurrency, which is, that little part right there is not really anything too you know, out of the ordinary, right? Pretty much every cryptocurrency does things like that. But here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Not right here. This is kind of normal. Hang on. So it's a privacy coin without bad actors. So what they've done is they've incorporated, it's a Bitcoin fork from what I understand, but it has Monero features, I think is the way that they describe it. And so they have private addresses and all that, but you can, in order to, you know, we've talked about this before on the show. So for a privacy coin to be accepted, right, you know, adopted by the community, you're probably not going to get an institution to actually adopt a privacy coin, because there's no auditability. You know, that's what it's for, right? It's a privacy coin. So BitCash has this feature where they basically have what do they call it? Where's the name of it? Master key. Okay, so they have a master key that you can give to you know, let's say you have institutions on both sides, or your auditor or whatever. You can give that key, apparently, I think this is the way this works. You can give that key to your auditors or your bank, or not bank, but your institution, whatever, and they can actually analyze the transactions, right? Because you need to have that auditability so that you can be in a business environment, right? Because if you're Monero, or if you're one of those true privacy coins, you're not going to get into that environment, because there's no way to audit the transactions, right? And that's not going to be adopted by businesses or institutions. So this is super cool. This part right here is really cool, but that's not the end of it. They've got some other stuff. One of the things that we've always talked about, or I've always talked about, is how it's going to be super important to make it easy for people to be able to use cryptocurrency with, say, just like a name, right? Well, this is what they're implementing. They're implementing a nickname based on, that goes on the blockchain to identify you, and it's tied to a specific address, right? So in your wallet, you can create a nickname, and that nickname is how you would reference your private key on the network. Well, I mean, your private key's not on the network, but that's tied to your private key. So instead of remembering the key, all you have to do is remember the nickname. I mean, how cool is that? That is some cool stuff right there. Also, they have stored transaction records for bookkeeping. So whenever it comes tax time and things like that, you have this ledger basically that you can print out that shows, you know, income, expenses, and things like that. And this stuff is already live. Like if you, on their website right here, if you see this right here above whatever the description is, it's already live. There's one up here that's not, I don't think. No, so far everything that we've gone over is live. So so that is super cool as well. It also has instant and low cost international money transfer, which that's not too abnormal for cryptocurrency. It also has the ability to send BitCash to anyone, even if they don't have a BitCash wallet. So if you look at adoption, right, how cool is that? Being able to send BitCash to someone, they refer to it as similar to like PayPal, where you send somebody PayPal money, they don't even have an account yet, but they can get it, right, by creating an account and so on and so forth. So that is really cool for engaging adoption with family members and people that you would, you know, send money to, right? So another thing that they have is that they're working on, see this one is coming soon, is the stable token. So they have BitCash, I called it a token, it's probably not really considered a token. So they have BitCash stable coin, right? That so that if you send BitCash to someone, you don't want them to get hit with a 50% loss volatile market overnight, right? If you send them a payment for some reason, or if you're sending your family money for whatever reason, it is better to have that money basically locked up for value, right? So that you're not exposed to that volatility of the market. So they have this. This is really similar to Haven protocol, and I've talked about this before. What's up, Red Panda? What's up, Nick? I've talked about this before, where that's one thing I liked about Haven was being able to secure. They called it offshore storage on the Haven protocol, and you were able to basically mint stable coins once you were in receipt of the crypto, and you could lock it up basically, or turn it into a stable coin so that it wasn't exposed to the volatility of the market. So that's something else that they're doing. Super cool stuff here. Very cool, very cool. I'm digging it a lot. Let me get down here. This is another really cool thing. So and this is already live. Send coins via Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So all you do, and this is another thing that's going to lead to better adoption, right? Because if I can, basically the way this, from what I understand, you can actually send someone BitCash on Twitter, for example. Like I could send it to Red Panda Mining on Twitter, and everyone could see that I did it, right? I think it's probably going to be a choice with how you want to tweet it, whether it's through a direct message or actually post it. But he's the only one that can receive it, right? Because it's only his account that I sent it to. So it works on top of Twitter in the same way that Twitter works, from the easiest way that I can explain it. So that is super cool as well. Really cool. I mean, some of this stuff was really impressive. Then looks like coming soon, create various accounts within the wallet. Okay, that's going to be neat. Like they have it shown right here. They got personal funds and business funds. Super cool. Okay, great. Also being able to print e-statements about your crypto transactions. That's coming soon. Check this out. Being able to import transactions into QuickBooks and Xero. That's coming soon. Pay bills with BitCash. This is coming soon. Check this one out. I was thinking about this the other day, because I want to say that Richard Hart brought this up with adoption and things like that with crypto, and not being able to schedule payments, right? If you are subscribed to, let's say that Netflix started accepting crypto. Well, the way it is right now, you have to remember, right? There's no subscription service. You would have to remember to send them the crypto. This is recurring payments. Super cool. And then, of course, they got their stores and things like that. Okay, so you can go check this out. Of course, the link will be in the description and all that stuff for their website. Pretty easy to find. It's choosebitcash.com, and it'll be part of the data collection anyway. So I will put it in the link in the description. I know that we're running a little bit behind here, but it's going to be super fast because I'm going to do it in HiveOS on NVIDIA, and we are just going to rock it. And I already got a wallet. Because I was interested in it, so I went ahead and got it. Let me see here. Get this off of here. Hopefully I can get my password right. So they do have a super cool little wallet. If I can get it over there. And right here, this is what I was referring to earlier with the nickname. So right now I only have one receiving address, and I've already got some. It's actually syncing right now. So you can create a nickname. This is what they were saying was already live, right? So I could create a nickname. I haven't yet. And then that, you won't be able to change it for that specific address. Each BitCash address has to have its own nickname, right? Which makes perfect sense. It's tied to your private key. And man, these are things that whenever just thinking about crypto and adoption and things like that, a lot of this stuff is things that have ran through my mind before, and I'm just telling you, I like it. I can't say enough about it. It's a cool project. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add this to my list of, you know, favorites, I guess you could say. But I'm not compensated in any way by these guys. Again, this was completely random. That's it. We just, in my opinion, we just got lucky and caught it because it just came out in February, at the beginning of February. So, yeah, I think it was just luck of the draw, you know, as far as the randomization goes. So, pretty cool stuff. But I do already have an address. Let's see here. Copy that. Trying to make sure I didn't show any private info. I haven't been through the wallet a lot, so I didn't know if clicking on that was actually going to show a private key or something. Alright, so the receiving address is this. We'll call it a desktop QT. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but. And then for the pool and the port, I pretty much have all this already set up, but I'm going to go over here to BitCash. I think I already, I'm sorry, mining pool stats. I already searched for BitCash. So you can see it's on, it's only on, I mean running right now, it's only on 4 pools, but there are quite a few miners on it. And I think I chose the top one, which I know, but see, it's pretty much tied with ice mining. So this is the one that I chose earlier today whenever I was playing around with this. So we'll go with the North American Stratum. Just grab this address right here in the port. And then on that website, also on the pool website, it talks about what miners to use, and it's SGMiner for AMD, Avermore, fork, and then it recommends, now obviously you can use whatever miner you want, but this is just what's recommended on the pool site. So, all right, so let's head over to, I know I talked a lot about the project, but I was kind of interested in it, but let's head over to HiveOS, and we are going to quickly, I think I already have the wallet and stuff set up. Let me go and make sure here. Yeah, so the wallet's already set up, and that's my address that I already have that I just pasted into the spreadsheet. And then we're going to go to flight sheets, and I'll go ahead and go through creating another one just for the show. So we're going to go BITC. The wallet we already set up. Pool, configure and miner. It's not part of, they do have the icon and stuff like that, so it did go out there and talk to wherever they get their icons from, right? But there's no pool or anything in here. It's just, I guess it's just too new. So we'll go configure and miner, and then we'll go, we're using NVIDIA. This right here is the hardware. You know, we're going to go over just a little bit. Does anybody know if, I'm saying over, if there's any new people in here? We try to stop at 10 to switch over to BrandonCoin's daily mining live stream. I don't know if he's going to be live. Hopefully he will be. So here's the hardware that we're using. Real quick, you can pause it if you're watching this after the fact, so you can see what the hardware is. Let's head back over to HiveOS, and we're going to choose the miner, which was T-Rex, and this is just the recommended one from the pool, right? Setup miner config, we're going to choose x16r. The wallet and worker template, we'll choose basically those 2 variables for the pool and the port. We will choose, I'll put it in the spreadsheet here. Copy that. We'll put X into the password block. I took the space out. There was a space down here, so I just took that out. I don't know if it truly matters or not. Just force a habit. We're not going to worry about any extra config or overclocking or anything like that. You know, that's not really what this show is, unless we do like a deep dive on a coin that we're super interested in, right? So we're going to click apply changes there. Then we're going to go give it a name so that we know which one's which. Doesn't really matter. This is pretty much identical to the other one. And then we're going to create flight sheet. Get your little blue notification up here. So that's good. Now I've got 3 of them. But we're going to go back to workers. We're going to choose Kessel, which is the NVIDIA rig. And it needs an upgrade too, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to choose the rocket. I like to click on the flight sheet that we just created so that it filters it super fast. But even in this case, I got 3. But I know that I named it BITC YouTube, right? So I know it's this one that we just created. And then I'm going to click apply. So that's going to assign it to the rig. And then you should be able to see, let's see if I bring that back up. This is the Kessel rig, I believe. That's what I have plugged in. Yeah. So it is already, yep, it's already back up. Well, actually, is that still on Aeon? Let's see here. Do a refresh. Nope. It's already doing BITC, BitCash. Let's go ahead and bring up the remote console here. Shell start. So let me know in the comments below if you're watching the video after the fact, or let me know in the chat what y'all think about this project. I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know. I'm probably not a great, project picker or anything like that, but this one, because it checked a lot of boxes, for me in my mind, I'm thinking of all this stuff that, that we need for adoption and things like that. And it just kind of hit me, man. There was a lot of them that were like, boom, yeah, that's freaking awesome. I like that. So we are getting accepted shares, so we're good. Let's see. Is BrandonCoin live? Does anybody know? We've been going for 32 minutes. So I am going to end it, and we will head over there. I will be back tomorrow night, but Friday night is not looking good. Friday night I'm going to have some things that I got to take care of. And it's probably going to be that way a little bit until probably the end of the month, probably until April. I've got a lot of stuff going on, and so I might not be able to go live every night like I've been doing for the past few months. I don't even know when I started this. I think it's been, man, I want to say it was September or October. Might not have been that long ago. Maybe October, November timeframe. But anyway, so I've been going for quite a while. I've got some things I got to do. So I'm going to have to slow down a little bit, but I will be back tomorrow night at the same time and all that stuff. Thanks so much for you guys hanging out and chatting and all that stuff. You guys are super awesome. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow night, same time. I will be here tomorrow. I don't see any problem with being here tomorrow. So same time tomorrow night, I will be here. And I just want to say thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Stay savage, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night.